think you really need to hear this. And maybe you're not gonna like the answer. But why don't you just believe you can do it? For anything that you're working towards, why would you choose to believe that you can't do it? Let's think about the placebo effect for a second. You probably believe that, right? You're probably like, there's so many studies after studies after studies where people sort of take like a pill and it's like, it actually does nothing, but they take it and then they feel way better. It fixes an illness or it improves their health in some form, even though the actual pill had nothing to do with it. It was their mind that was creating that change. It's the same when we think like we take a tablet that's actually designed to help us and we think it does nothing, and so it doesn't actually help us. I want you to understand that, and this is something you probably believe, like there's enough science behind it to go like, hey, yes, that's true, but I'd never thought of it in my about my thoughts in this way. Like if I think it's not possible to do something, obviously my brain and my body is going to look for reasons and it's going to find ways to make sure that that doesn't happen. It doesn't come true. And it's the same with things that do come true. If you love or you hate Elon Musk, right? Like he's done things that other people don't think were possible purely because he was like, no, it's possible and I'm going to find a way to do it. His brain was helping him find solutions to make it actually possible. And I know there's going to be some suggestions of like, but then like, what if I don't do it? And that's the thing, we've already lost if we're having that thought. If we're having the thought of like, oh, but what if I don't actually do it? Like, that's not a solid belief that you can actually do it, is it? Now, don't get me wrong, like, there's some things that you're going to try and they just won't work out, right? For whatever reason. And if they don't, like, that's when we can address it. That's when we can also reframe the thought and go, hey, well, actually, this is just a stepping stone to getting that result. Right? There's so many different directions. I'm going to finish it here, but like one more example is like if you're a content creator, right? You create content. If you have the belief that your next video is not going to get shown to people or it's not going to bring in a new client or whatever, right? You're going to be way less likely to actually show up and be motivated to do that. You're going to self-sabotage and you're not even going to be aware. Whereas if you're like, hey, this next video could be the video that gets shown to millions of people. This could blow up my channel. It could get me clients. You're going to be so much more likely to show up excited and all these non-verbal cues that you're not even conscious about are going to flow through you. And you're way more likely to actually make that result actually happen. And it's this repeating cycle. Anyway, this is getting way long enough. But I hope this has just got you thinking about... Man, I hope this loops.